that we left off with last time. We should probably start with them, huh? So, you've been running a little bit, trying to make distance. You've done so. Kalmir is continuing to run, most likely. Drew, on the other hand. Drew has seen some things.
Oh, that's right.
In PTSD incoming.
So, this ghost, if you want to call it that. I mean, it is a ghost, so I don't know why you wouldn't call it that. But this ghost is making its way down the road. It is not incredibly agitated. Doesn't appear to be walking with a huge amount of purpose. Nor does it really appear to be paying you any mind.
But it's killing my people. My dead people. It's killing my dead people.
Kalmir is likely still running unless you grab him.
Drew will... Crap. It's legitimately hard. Okay. So, balancing things, there are dead things getting eaten, and there is a world collapsing. And the world collapsing is more important than the dead people getting eaten. Because, anyway, obvious reasons. So, Drew's gonna keep going with Kalmir. Although he's gonna try to keep an eye on the big beastie to make sure that it doesn't, like, follow and come after him.
I mean, if it comes after you, that means it's not coming after the ghosts.
Can't hear you, Pooter.
Or I was talking to someone else.
Oh, alright. That's true. If it's coming after me, it's not going after the ghosts, but saving the world from destruction, Vice, saving however many deaths it might cause. The world is the greater need.
The greater good.
Okay. So, as you continue to run, the ghost does take note as you run past the street, but it doesn't pick up its pace. It doesn't really change its course.
Which direction is its course?
The same direction that other ghost was running.
Away from us. Okay.
Yeah, away from you, but...
Towards the others, but away from us.
Yeah, pretty much. So, as you continue to run, the city does change. Looks like a normal city again. There's color. Everything is not incredibly dark. It's a gradual change, but it does change. Only for a moment, however. As you run into the street that is not completely pitch black, the darkness almost follows you down the street. You can run just fast enough that you're on the edge, but it's following you.
So it's like a shadow, basically, coming
A
up.
shadow, but the entire city is the shadow, basically, and it's covering, well, what shadows shouldn't be able to cover.
Well, if I wasn't running for my life, that would be very interesting. I don't know if I can concentrate on Mage Sight to see what it is while running. I think that's too much all at once.
You could probably do it, but if you run into something, you won't be able to see it.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
You'll run into a wall.
I will try turning a corner and see if it's still following.
It does.
Does. Okay. That's concerning. I have a feeling that it's that the guy that nobody likes following us or sending something after us. Can I quickly take a peek with Prime? Is it magic in nature?
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes. So
It is supernal in nature.
all right, so it's either the solid-looking guy that we're running from, or the shadowy-looking guy following us just in case. These are going through Kalmir's head right now. But he'll say out loud, I don't know what that is that's following us. Do you have any idea, Drew? Probably not, but still.
No clue.
No clue.
So, at this point, I'm not even going to call for a perception check because it'd be incredibly hard to miss unless you're just not looking up. The Strix that you have so closely seen before have taken flight once again. Not the large Strix that approached you before, but the swarm.
Little ones.
Yeah. Not as unified as before. They start unified. They start in a circling flock, but quickly break apart and scatter across the city. Almost immediately after they started to break apart, well, gunfire across the city. Kalmir may know what a gun is by this point. I don't know.
He's heard a few shots. Some are different than others, but I think he can get the base ones right.
Yeah. As even from here, you can see some Strix start to drop, presumably after they've been shot. Because no bird would fall, typically.
Okay. Well, it looks like someone's protecting us. Do you think it's those robots from earlier?
I have no idea.
Sorry about that.
And I don't even know where I'm running. I'm just running. He didn't tell me where to run to.
This is a fair point.
I mean, it was not to a place, it was away from someone.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are. So, I'm going to jump temporarily back to Vitus, so there's not too much of a time gap here.
I'll be right back.
Stahl's not here, but whatever. So, Vitus, this helicopter has opened fire on the entire street.
Yeah, we had already ducked down.
into an alley. Yes.
And we had picked up our pace to try and, catch back up to the other two.
Mhm.
And that is what we shall continue to do, both.
Yeah. So, it is not long until you are unfortunately interrupted.
By what?
The street. You emerge around a corner to find that almost a block in front of you is no longer there. It drops down. It appears almost that a massive sinkhole has sort of appeared in the middle of this section of the city.
Well, that's unfortunate. Do I happen to... do I even see the ends of this sinkhole, so to speak?
It does end, but it just ends into more underground. There are tunnels, however. As you're looking at these tunnels, not a familiar sight to you, but a familiar sight to you as a player. The same ghost that Drew encountered earlier. Tall, cowled figure, chest, large gaping mouth, ribcage, shed teeth, etc. Except there's not just one of them now. There's 4 of them, sort of slowly emerging out of these tunnels.
Okay, that's interesting from a player perspective because, well, I know Vitus can't see ghosts. So these things are not ghosties. I mean, really, Vitus is just looking for a way around the sinkhole because unless he's gonna leap down it, which doesn't seem appealing to him at this moment in time.
Yeah. So, as you kind of skirt around this sinkhole, the other side of it is quite chaotic, as a number of what you would know as angels, because I didn't unlabel the sheet, but a number of the large, almost mechanical monstrosities sort of come flying out of the alleys, the buildings, into this sinkhole, and on a direct intercept course with these ghosts. But, I mean, creatures, you don't know them as ghosts.
Not Vitus's problem, so he's just gonna keep moving on.
But I figured I should let you know as you keep moving on. So, I will ask, Drew and Kalmir, is stopping to get your bearings something you want to do? If so, Vitus will catch up with you, so I can't just...
Okay.
So I'll let you know there, but...
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it. I sent a message through Discord, since we were running away from something and not to somewhere, stopping to get our bearings
That's
might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Otherwise, we're just running aimlessly. And since we can't see what's his face, yeah, I think we should. That'd be a good idea.
Really, it's because the map ended right here.
Yeah, we found there was a wall, invisible wall.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you ran into a...
Please wait for the rest of your party to continue.
It hasn't loaded yet, unfortunately. It hasn't finished development yet. So, cut to that for a moment before Vitus shows up. Any place in particular you're looking to stop? In a building, or just the street?
And some cover,
Mhm.
not
Figured,
directly
yeah.
out in the open.
Yeah, not out in the open.
I have to ask because sometimes I feel
Sometimes
like
people just stop in the middle of an intersection
yes,
and get hit by a car.
I've seen some stupid people. So yeah, it's not too hard to duck into a bit of cover.
Speaking of cars, is there any other movement that we've noticed that we've been running? Anyone else in the city? Any vehicles?
You can hear vehicles in the distance. You know, you can hear engines. But they're still a fair distance away, but considering that you can hear them, they're probably pretty big engines.
And that shadow that was following us, what has that done now?
It reappears after you've stopped.
Oh,
It is standing,
so
Just-
it is.
arms behind its back.
So it is the Shadow Man. I thought it was something else. But it still won't talk. Will you? You still won't say where we're supposed to be going.
It doesn't really give you a response to that, unfortunately. As terrible narratively this is, it does not reply to your pleas for guidance.
Would some kind of like empathy check be helpful to its posture, its bearing?
Give me a wits empathy.
Two.
For some reason, I can't open chat. Hold on. I need to reload the page.
So we'll just say that he got an exceptional success and he sees all the things. Yeah.
Ah,
that sounds-
All the things.
Push comes to shove, you could look at my stream. It'll say 2.
Nah, I reloaded the page. We're good. This entity is standing, alert, almost at attention. But it doesn't react to much of anything that you're doing. It's following you. It's aware of where you're going. But whether or not it can... Well, it's a matter of, can it comprehend what you're trying to say to it? Does it care? Or can it reply? But there's not a whole lot there other. It's almost like it's not really fully there.
I was gonna say it feels in a way mechanical, that it has a task and it is focused on its task and everything else doesn't matter. Not that it is mechanical, just
Well, yeah. It would be nice to know what its task is. It has something to do with this object. It's got to be.
its task is to follow, to keep track of.
So, I will say Vitus and, well, Stahl and company, even though he's not here, do make their return here.
Oh, as he kind of quickly strolls up, because as stated, his pace was quicker than a walk. As his vision catches them, he's just kind of like, so were you guys the reason for that gigantic sinkhole back there?
The what?
No?
There was
Been
I had this,
running.
I had to circumnavigate a gigantic sinkhole to get here. There was also these weird creatures. They were like hooded, and they had like a mouth in the center. A couple of the mechanical things that we saw earlier dove at them and started fighting them.
We passed one of those on the way here.
I saw 4.
Did?
We
I did not see one.
It was down a side street.
There were at least 4.
And they are fighting these mechanical ones, you say?
Yes,
Robots?
No, not the ones that had the weaponry. The one that Stahl put 6 feet into the ground with a single punch.
That one.
You look a little disturbed, Drew, at my mentioning of those.
They're they're eating ghosts. Or killing ghosts. I'm not sure if they're eating them as well. I had thought that Kalmir couldn't see it because I thought that it was dead and not physical. So I'm kind of surprised that you could see it.
Interesting.
Does it have something to do with beings who are dead?
I don't know what it is.
And I am not privy to the workings of the spirit. So if it was something of that nature, there's no reason I would be able to see it.
Which means either they crossed over from one side to the other so that you could see them, or something was hiding the first one from the sight of our friend here.
I mean, I know there are things others can see that I can't. I know our speaker of the dead could see ghosts and such, but I was not taught in those ways, so I cannot.
However, I still feel like we should probably be making haste from this area.
Yeah, speaking of which, where are we going?
Where should we go?
Run is not a direction.
You expect me to have a better instruction? I'm a stranger in this land as you are.
For being a stranger, you are still far more familiar with this world than I.
And you might have had some extra information after we split. I don't know.
What about? I'm not here. I'm not allowed to tell. I'm not allowed to remind you of things.
I don't know what these huts are. I don't know what they're made of. I don't know what those big metal beasts are.
Well, the big metal beast I can't answer for you. And as for the only thing that happened after you guys took off was me and Stahl created a blockade that we didn't actually need to because more of those things showed up and a helicopter showed up and started firing at it. And
Yes,
that is
see, what is a helicopter?
It is a machine that can fly through the air and hover. Much like that of a hummingbird, if you're familiar with those.
Oh.
It seemed pretty intent on just emptying its rounds upon whatever you want to call him, and we decided to make our exit at that point.
Is he destroyed, or did you not?
We did not wait
See.
around long enough. We heard some expletives come from him as we left, but that was about it.
Right. So, without a destination, we would just wander that way, I suppose.
So, to interrupt your conversation,
Hmm.
the shadowy figure here does raise an arm. Just raises a hand up. And almost a little bubble of shadow, if you could call it that, starts to form around the entrances to this building. Just before it's completed, the howling is quite apparent. Quite close. Quite loud.
You can just hear this exasperated sigh escape from Vitus. And now the wolves are here.
I am familiar with those. Somewhat.
Wonderful.
Wolves. Did someone train them?
Somebody could actually train those things. Maybe they would be better house pets, but unfortunately they are known for nothing but brute and fury.
They don't stay out in the wilderness and avoid people?
Well, I would assume by wolves, he doesn't mean like dog here, wolf. Those wouldn't put up a howl like this. It's more the man wolves and those they serve.
Man wolves.
Remember when you guys got called on the cell phone and you ignored it?
He was busy.
Yeah, does Vitus check his phone anytime he's in here?
No, he has not.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to remind y'all of that.
Little busy here.
Yeah, little busy.
Well, fair enough.
Phone's not even 20th on his mind right now.
But yes, the door, the windows, the cracks in the wall sort of gloss over in a semi-transparent, almost smoke of shadow. Very similar to what these Strix sort of look like as they're fluttering through the sky. The howling continues, and the footsteps of quite a large host can be heard, well, stomping down the street. Almost a little stampede of, well, presumably wolves. You can only catch a glimpse of some of them as they dash past the windows.
Oh, they're passing us. Are they?
Yes.
Okay.
The footsteps are, well, footsteps. The crashing afterwards is, well, presumably another pair of footsteps. As you don't really catch a glimpse of a wolf, but a cylinder, a pillar of presumably leg, come running down the street. Well, running, maybe. Who knows how fast running is.
And that would be the one they serve.
Excellent. This is everything I could have ever wanted. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
At least that thing's owner won't be coming after us anytime soon. With all of these other things in his way.
Nope. Nobody owns that is a god.
God this, God that.
That is the wolf god, the great wolf, the great hunter. That is far beyond us. So if he's out hunting, I do not want to be in front of him. We'll let him go by.
It seems we're not.
Just as well.
So, I'm gonna jump temporarily over to Cherry, see what she's doing, if anything.
Cherry has begun playing poker with Rose.
Okay, alright. You wanna, like, roll for poker?
Sure.
There's no, like, luck stat here, is there?
Titania is extremely offended that she was not invited.
Titania is allowed in poker if she wants to join in poker. This is just they have poker or because
I don't know who brought a deck of cards along, but you know what? We're here.
Yeah, we're here now.
so
Okay.
I suppose just a chance die?
Sure.
Well, realistically, can I roll manipulation and subterfuge, because those would be applied in poker?
I guess all of us roll that, and then empathy, and then I guess empathy in order to see if we can call the other people on bluffs.
This is something I didn't prep the poker mini game.
I don't need. I suggested poker as a stupid idea.
You could kind of run it as like a social combat where it's like manipulation plus subterfuge with the subtraction of
Wits empathy.
wits empathy as a defense stat, like so halved. I don't know.
I feel like I could have prepped something for this, but
Who can prep for poker? Suddenly poker.
Impromptu
I'm sorry.
poker.
That's fine.
my brain
this is great.
was like, what are they doing? It's fine, they're playing poker.
Gives me a chance to eat my dinner.
All right. Well, I feel really bad. Well,
You
not
don't
really
have to
a
do
lot for
anything.
me
It's
here.
fine. It's fine. I don't know what they're going to do right now anyway. Hey, honestly, I'd suggest like an RP scene, but I don't even know what to RP right now. Oh, because Cherry's in stoic mode, so she's sort of just like there isn't much to communicate here.
So she'd be great at poker.
Yeah. just like half of my brain was like, what's an excuse to actually have people engage with Cherry at any emotional level? And part of me was like, I just don't know what to do. Poker, fine, that's an idea. But like,
I mean, poker could break stoic, I suppose, trying to call bluff.
So are we actually making rolls for this, or are we moving on?
I think we can move on. This isn't relevant to anything.
Would Vitus's family, are they the type to keep calling, or is it just the ones? Oh, he didn't answer. Whatever.
Well, see, the thing is Titania isn't the one that called. Tullus is, and Tullus is currently on foot trying to get
He
there.
ran.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dulles just walked in, so we'll meet him eventually.
We're gonna see Tullus facing down Father Wolf.
Probably not. You probably won't see that. Maybe you'll hear it for a brief second before splatter, but
But he's a touchstone. He's got
yeah.
blood.
Do you think Wolf God cares?
Touchstone
point-
is armor.
He's
Yeah,
Technically immortal.
Anything you said as a touchstone, I am legally allowed and obligated to shank. That's the point of touchstones, I think.
Actually, in a lot of the other game modes, you can't touch them.
Obligated.
Yeah, they're untouchable.
In Deviant, it's someone you were legally obligated to shank.
But yeah, in most of the other splats, they have plot
Yeah.
armor.
They're untouchable except with permission.
Yeah.
I mean, now, what others have touchstones?
All of them.
Not all of them.
Well,
many of them.
most. Yeah, vampires, werewolves. Werewolves actually
Yeah.
get.
Anyone could get true friend merit.
Yeah.
It's not a touchstone, though.
Yeah, but it's like the same thing.
Anyways,
We're getting off track.
Anyways, yeah, off track.
Yeah.
Mechanics.
So we'll jump back to the 3 here. While one person, unfortunately, is not doing anything.
I'm sorry.
So this, no, I blame myself for putting you in this situation and not like doing anything. Yes. So this Wolven host quickly expedites past your position.
as they move past Vitus is gonna say, I just recommend going in the opposite direction of that.
That would be a good idea. Is that back the way we came in? Like, which way did it go? Is it like the way out of the city?
I presume it's the way out of the city. Difficult to tell from ground level.
Ground level, all these buildings.
Get an elevated position.
Check the stars. Oh.
It's not quite what I meant, but technically that could work too. But as we have discussed previously with the stars, they're not exactly the same.
That's true. I don't know any of these stars.
Yeah, you have no idea where you are.
Well, opposite direction is better than the same direction. For him.
Let's avoid certain death.
And
Also, Shadow Man did something. Why did he do something now?
Maybe you could examine what he did.
Look at what he did. Mage sight. Forces prime space. Just a quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't have Mage up for some foolish reason.
Why?
I don't know. I'm tired.
Okay.
I just didn't think about it. But, I mean, I can tell you right away. Prime, yes. Awaken magic.
So he cast the spell.
And what was your other one? Forces?
Forces, which
Yeah,
probably
forces
wouldn't do anything.
doesn't help you here, no.
But space? Perhaps?
Space, though. It is almost a, words. I suppose, as the book says, spatial warp probably is the best definer here. It's a failing.
Okay. It seems he concealed our presence. I wonder if the Great Wolf is hunting our Shadow Man here.
Or Shadow is protecting his prize.
Well, regardless, I assume it's going to keep following us as long as we have this prize. I say we get out of the city because I don't want to be here when Wolf starts his thing.
also, do we have like anything wooden? Vitus is actually kind of looking around.
I have torch, I have spear, I have rain stick. I have several wooden things, yes.
And you can see Vitus eyeing that heart. He speaks slowly. I would suggest impaling that thing. Whether or not it would actually do anything to this being, I have no idea. But as a precautionary measure, impaling my kind through that specific organ tends to cause us to go unconscious. I don't know if it would have any effect on this being, but I don't see why it would hurt either.
What is our goal with this thing? Do we need to destroy it? Do we need to take it somewhere to lock it up? What are we doing with it?
Unfortunately, the person that told us to fix this gave us no real instructions. What's
Meta
this?
question, is there any way to recognize it as a piece of infrastructure?
Only we had a demon.
You probably couldn't, no. I mean, I guess you probably could with
I think
Arcana, but
I think
it would
that's prime fate.
Well, I don't have fate, so
it would all. I could honestly, you could argue matter. You could argue.
I think according to the contagion player's guide, it's prime fate. I think
that's stupid because the gun machine doesn't do things with the supernal. But
it might not be prime actually. I know that it's fate though. It's part fate and part one other thing. I think it's prime because it like represents symbols and them things like that.
Well, in Kalmir's mind, this is a soul. He's not sure if would impaling it destroy it, or you said it's not good for your kind. Is this something of yours?
There are methods that some of our, let's just call them scientists, have developed that allow you to excise one's heart from their chest and allow them to regenerate from it. I have no idea if this is the same thing or anything remotely close. I just know that this thing supposedly claims kinship with those owls. Those owls, I detect the presence of the darker aspects of my nature in them, very much as it is in with me. So the logical conclusion would be he has some connection with us. As stated, it may not do anything. I would just do it out of safety reasons in case it does aid us.
I have nothing to add. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we are meant to do with it. I'll leave it to the experts.
Experts.
Yeah.
Yes.
One expert's saying stake it just for safety, and then the other expert's just like, should I eat this? Those are the two expert opinions right now.
academia has really gone downhill recently in recent years.
Uh-huh. Well, Kalmir will, he'll set it down, and he'll take his spear and he'll put it over, and he's gonna look at the shadowy figure. If it does, is he doing anything?
Still has his hand up.
For his warding, I assume?
Most likely.
Slowly start pushing down. By the way, was the heart fleshy, or was it like hard as stone?
fleshy.
Fleshy. Okay, so he'll start pushing down into it.
Give me a strength roll.
Just strength.
Strength, athletics, strength, weaponry, whatever.
Athletics is higher. Hey.
Ooh.
So it's not easy. Despite this heart not being that much bigger than what you recognize a human heart to be, it's much thicker. It takes considerable effort to even push the spear tip through the outer layer of the muscle. Almost immediately, though, after you push it in, the shadow disappears.
Huh.
The warding disappears.
Oh.
The shadow along the ground and walls and roof and streets have disappeared.
Is looking at the heart, is it still soul?
Yes.
Okay. He'll pick it up with the spear. Well, he disappeared.
So this area looks normal now, is what you're saying.
Yes, it does. It's also now a lot louder after about 30 seconds, as the howling returns.
Oh. Is this getting louder by the second?
Yes. And it's not wolf howls. It is, well, okay, it is wolf howls. But it's a lot louder. If you had to use some intuition, it's a very large wolf.
I think this is what Great Wolf was hunting for, you guys.
Time to go.
I'm
Time to
defeat it
go.
to him.
Ooh, make an offering. Ooh, there's a thought.
It will not. If I'm not there, I will not give opinions of your plans.
But to give the great wolf what it wants. Oh, that's a decision to make.
I mean, it's worth a try, but holy crap, that's a risk.
Shall we temporarily go back to the poker to see how it's going? Give me some time to think on
Sure.
the
Yeah.
next action.
Are we actually rolling for poker now?
Screw it, let's roll.
What do you want? What do you want to poke? I'm sorry.
Go
Yeah, manipulation and subterfuge, I reckon.
Okay. For me, that's a normal dice, and then I give a +2 because of stoic. 3 successes.
I'm continuing my really good rolls from last Sunday, I gotta say. Yeah, so, first round, I don't actually know how to play poker, so I can't really help you.
Narrate this.
Yeah, I don't know how to play poker. All I know is it's like it depends, like you different combinations of cards, like different hands, and each hand is a certain like score. They're on like a chart, and whoever has the highest hand wins however much was bet. I don't know. I'm not a gambler. I'm a good.
They're not betting. They're sort of
They're time killing.
yeah.
But you don't want to bet like random bullets that are probably laying around the floor.
There's like a token, but they aren't betting like anything representing money, you know? Yeah.
Good round, lads. All right.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. Yeah.
So, thoughts?
Think quickly.
Yes, what would you
Think
lads like
faster.
to do?
Well, Kalmir, being from the Neolithic times, places a great emphasis on, worship and gods and such. So making an offering to appease Father Wolf,
But also, he will be familiar with how unpredictable gods can be, and also how brutal they can
Yes.
be, even to those who are trying to appease them.
yes, because Father Wolf doesn't really care about humans.
And a wolf god would actually be kind of hostile to humans because of how humans treat wolves often. At least one could expect it to be such. Not necessarily the case in this instance.
Input from our resident vampire.
He's already given his input, and that's his final say on the matter.
What was it?
Yeah, I don't remember it, but
Feed the heart to him.
Okay.
That's
Peeking out the entrance of the building. Do I see Father Wolf on his way?
C is what you see is a massive, fur covered in basically a dust cloud as buildings are no longer being buildings. As what you assume is the wolf god is quite content with barreling through these old decrepit buildings towards your position. So what you see is a dust cloud and a large silhouette size of a building in the dust cloud.
You may not want to be in the building anymore. Okay, big risk time. Kalmir's gonna go out, and he's gonna hold his spear high above his head, and hope that Father Wolf stops in time. Otherwise, he's gonna have a spell ready to move quickly out of the way.
Feet don't fail me now.
And with that, Vitus is actually going to step out of the building too. And begrudgingly get down on a single knee and bow his head.
Please do not look the Great Wolf in the eye. That is not...
Yeah.
Drew
Stay bowing his head down, looking straight at the ground.
Drew will follow suit. This wouldn't be the first time something would be mad at him for being dead.
Oh, Kalmir will shout in high speech. Oh, great hunter! I have your prey, I think.
Do Panchans speak high speech? I don't...
That's a good question, but I don't speak first tongue, so...
More people, answer this to me before I make random ruling.
I think
The Dark Era's book says they have Arcana.
Yes.
I think most things can understand high speech, but only mages can actually speak it at very least.
Didn't we have a conversation like this on Sunday or something?
The main thing with high speech is that you can't lie in it, and you
Yeah.
can't, it's not good at complex information.
Right.
And I
That's
thought
why.
it basically sounded complete gibberish to anyone who didn't really know high speech.
Pretty
Maybe.
much.
Oh,
Like,
Wow.
like I think it was that you could teach a mortal high speech, but they don't know what they're saying. Like you can teach a sleeper to say phrases
right.
in high speech,
I
the
think
right
you could
combination.
You can teach them like runic high speech to like then use like for rituals and stuff. Whether they understand what their symbols they're writing, I don't know.
I don't fucking know how speech works.
Yeah, I was referring to like the ritual pottery where the villagers can craft stuff with first tongue and high speech as yantras and stuff. But they get breaking points, obviously.
Before we get too deep into this,
Yeah.
I will just remind that whatever works best for the story and the rule
Yeah.
of cool is what we should go with.
Yeah,
Probably.
Every mage can understand high speech, though they can't necessarily speak it. I don't.
Father Wolf. He's gonna
I'd
know
have to.
high
I'd have to
speech,
look
okay?
at it again. I don't know.
I'm
God,
teaching him.
sorry.
I'm teaching him high speech. He is. Back when he was but a pup, he went to elementary school, and they taught him high speech as well as first tongue.
Father Wolf as a pup.
Yeah, he was, pup back in like Atlantis or something. I don't know. Don't worry about it. This is the deep lore you won't need to know.
So, yeah, that's what I said.
Yes. So this dust cloud stops on the dime almost. Much faster than, well, a person could just stop sprinting usually. Even as he does this, though, the old pavement and cement, it gives way quite easily before his feet as he kind of digs his claws into the ground. He stops, and as the dust stops, you can, in the distance, basically behind the trail of fallen buildings, the rest of this little woven war host kind of rapidly turning around, trying to figure out what's going on.
Where'd he go?
Dad, where'd you go?
He's not behind us anymore.
In a very similar tongue to high speech. It's not directly high speech.
It's an old dialect.
Yeah, it's speaking high speech with a first tongue accent. It's a little strange.
Little guttural.
Yeah. It's kind of like how a werewolf speaks first tongue. It's not quite correct, but it's correct enough.
It's close enough to get the understanding.
Yeah. Which one? The native or the interloper?
I do not know the difference, Great One. But when I impaled this one, the one who appeared to be a shadow disappeared. As did I look around, the shadow around the city.
So, the wolf, Father Wolf here, it's hard to read the expressions of a giant Garo werewolf god.
Oh, he's a Garu?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what Father Wolf just looks like.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I
what
was
he
just-
looks like.
I was
It's
picturing
called the
like that.
Father's form for a reason.
Okay,
Yeah.
I never made that connection, honestly.
Okay. But yes, this towering wolf man creature takes a step forward and lowers an arm, sort of outstretching his quite massive paw.
We'll hand him the shish kebab.
As you're handing him the shish
It is what it is.
I repeated him, and I'm like, wait a minute, he said
It is what it is.
the ground beneath your feet turns a very similar shadow as it gives way.
How much time do I have to cast levitation?
How fast? What is fall speed in this system?
9.8 meters per second squared.
Okay.
That's really specific.
What?
That's gravity.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
that's gravity, yes.
So, in the time it takes to cast one spell instantly, I assume that would be 3 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. So, falling 3 seconds, you're probably falling far enough in 3 seconds that
How big is the hole? By the way?
enough that all three of you are under it. Well, on top of it. I don't think there's anything else the other two can do, casting levitate. But You're-
I am in a prone position. I could, and I stated I went down on one knee. I could use vigor and propel myself.
off of what?
It just opened up underneath you.
It
You've
just
got that-
disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
I-
shadow. You're falling through the shadow.
Okay.
You know,
Um,
I hate to.
is there a chance of like reaching out and grabbing the lip? Or is the hole too big?
It'd be a stretch to grab the lip. As your feet kind of give way, and well, the rest of you give way, falling into a room, basically falling from the ceiling of a room, as your head kind of falls far enough. Kalmir, at this point, your levitate would go off if you want to try to cast it to levitate in the air.
Sure, why not? Let's see. I'll just roll that and that. Hey, 4 successes.
Okay, you're levitating.
Thanks for increasing the scale of that.
Well, you see, I would have to be like looking at you guys or touching you guys. That's another reach. I've only got the one reach.
So, as you fall into this room, Kalmir's, does not falling, I suppose.
He's still, I assume he fell
Yeah,
a bit.
You're still in the room.
Yeah.
The fall isn't bad for the other two. It's actually fairly soft. Doesn't feel like you just fell from the ceiling. Which is a benefit, I suppose. I don't know if vampires can feel pain, but you know. Standing on the other end of this room is a familiar figure of the man who has been harassing, I suppose, is a good word. You most of the way. giving a quite a heavy sigh, and is just, "You're gonna throw it away that easy, huh? I'll give you another chance. I'm getting kind of tired of being here."
Who do you think you're speaking to?
A bunch of fools, apparently, who don't know what they're dealing with.
Well, he's right. Well, he's right. You can't argue with him there.
Maybe about half of it.
Nah.
I'm not going to stand idly by while you kill me.
It doesn't look like that's up to us anymore. You gotta go talk to the guy that's getting ready to feast on your heart up there. And I doubt he's gonna care anything you have to say to him.
Very well. I suppose you've already ruined it here. I'll have to get my hands dirty.
If the ceiling is still open, I'm gonna throw my spear up.
Okay. What's your defense?
5.
Okay.
And at this moment, as he tries to do anything, Vitus is going to attempt to trip him.
Give me a Dex Athletics. Your spear, does get thrown through the ceiling. There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
Okay, so Dex Athletics. Technically isn't a competition, so I don't have to take the -3.
Yeah.
Still not a great roll for me, though. That's not really being my forte here. I would have much preferred this being a brawl strength.
You're trying to trip.
Trying to trip a god.
Hmm.
I got all 3!
Well.
So yeah, Kalmir, you chuck the spear through the ceiling.
I chuck it. Huh.
Almost immediately after you chuck it, the man on the other side of the room starts to, quite quickly sprint forth. Only to be quite intercepted by Vitus, who comes in to slide tackle him or something. He hits the floor. Not very dignifiedly. Quickly catches himself, stands back up, and is dusting off his suit and is... I'd kill you all myself if I could. No, I won't need to. I won't need to. As he kind of snaps a finger and the floor starts turning to shadow again.
Is there a bottom that we can see?
You don't have to worry, you're levitating.
Yeah, no, I don't have to worry.
You're levitating.
And I had a thought of having Drew try to reach out and grab onto Kalmir so he doesn't fall, but remembered that Kalmir is still up in the air.
Yeah.
A little difficult.
I mean, realistically, you could try and reach out and grab this guy.
Well, he's going with you.
Oh, okay. He's falling too. Well, probably not falling. lightly hovering downwards.
Yes, gracefully. Yeah, but no, it's kind of strange. You fall almost upwards. And you're now standing on the same street you left, a little further down the street, though, this time. The figure gives a very mocking bow to the hunched over wolf god on the other end of the street, and mutters something in a tongue that, well, no one can read. No one can understand because no one speaks first tongue. Before, slowly, turning around and walking down the road. Kalmir, are you continuing to float?
Could I see down where they fell to?
Technically, no.
Because down is up and up is down.
Down is up. So I don't know where they are. They just fell and then disappeared. And I couldn't get to them in time. And I don't know where that is.
Are you gonna risk it for the biscuit?
Oh, therein lies the choice. Go down and to who knows where, or go up and see Father Wolf and see if he can help.
Realistically, your spear would have reached the top of the hole by now, so I kind of want to know what's going on with the spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have distance down the street, but the spear has been chucked up the street. It's hard to see a spear when it was basically thrown underneath the giant wolf god.
I was hoping he would catch it.
He wasn't expecting it to be thrown back out of the ground. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, then
Well, realistically, I think he'd be able to sense it.
Yeah, he'd have the reaction time to catch it if it wasn't like thrown under his hand. Arms still don't bend that way.
He failed his dex roll. Athletics. Well, down looks really dangerous because I don't know what's down there. I'm gonna go up and hopefully see what's happening from a better vantage.
So, as the two of you down the street then see Kalmir poke up basically in front of Father Wolf. Kalmir, you come back up the street very close to the entity you were speaking with before.
Take a quick look around first.
Yeah, I mean, they're down the road.
Okay. Oh, okay. What an odd place to fall, Kalmir thinks.
However, Vitus is going to keep his eyes still lowered, making sure not to offend.
So the spear. Where's did he catch the spear? I'll look.
It sounded like it got impaled into his palm or something, so he has like a splinter.
At this point, though, he has regained control of the spear with a relative amount of effort to try to grab the spear with like 2 fingers.
So, is that one from the interloper or the native? Because the solid one was just down there.
Yeah, you're not really given much of a response as shortly after you re-emerge and he regains control of said spear, he's taken off. The dust picks up as concrete kind of cracks around you.
took my spear.
What are you gonna do about it, bud?
I know.
In fairness, you offered it to him.
I did offer him, yeah.
As for the other two, Father Wolf is in sprint down the street
Away or towards us?
towards you.
Get out of the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Why are you?
I'll vigor if I have to get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's far enough away that you can kind of, dive out of the way. He's not particularly trying to hit you.
Oh, good.
But as the sprinting starts, the humanoid figure who has still not been really named Kane over here, even though that's not really his name, but sort of gives a laugh as he picks up speed as well, running much faster than a person really should be able to run.
In which direction?
Away, same direction he's walking.
Do I see him?
You did until Wolfman ran over you and blocked most of the street view.
Well, dang.
I mean, which direction relative to Father Wolf?
Away. Father Wolf is now running after him.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, is the hole still down below me?
Technically, yes.
I'm gonna go all the way through and pop out over there.
Okay.
And then if I see Strange Man, I want to slow him down.
Okay. What spell is this?
Well, there's velocity control, where I can half his speed per potency.
Okay. What are the rules for casting on other people?
I assume it would be withstood by, if he's Pangean, probably rank.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be like a resolve the composure.
So, I don't know how to meta it, how to not meta tell you. It's by 7.
Oh my. Well, let me start putting some data into this thingy do. That way I can get this just right. Yes.
As the wolf host passes both me and Drew, we are just, at least I'm going to turn around and watch it.
Yeah, well, I suppose what happens entirely depends on if Kalmir can somehow cast the spell.
Yeah.
And have it go off. Because realistically, even one potency here, half whatever his speed is still going to be huge.
Yeah.
So
I have to cast this at potency 8, which is
If you bump it up to advanced scale, each potency counts for 2.
really.
Yes.
Yeah.
You mean advanced potency?
Yes, advanced potency. Not advanced potency scale, whatever.
It's
I don't know.
it still says -8 for potency 8.
Let me open the spell helper, because I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
What about you, Drew? What are you doing as these wolves run by?
Not getting run over.
If you under the advanced potency at the very bottom, it says advanced potency grants an additional -2 to withstand.
Yeah, for dispellation. If he tries to dispel it, it's a -2.
Does
Plus
it
whatever.
not just affect withstand in general?
Yeah, because it says against withstand. So in other words, it would lower his withstand to 5?
I can.
I mean, I can go with that. I would have to actually do math instead of have the program do math for me.
Well, you would just lower the withstand rating to 5, so you would only need, what, potency 6? That would get you however many dice back.
I say just lower his withstand rating by 2.
Yeah, that's what it says it does.
It's just not what the book says it does, though.
Yeah, the book says advanced potency is for withstanding dispellation. So if someone tries to dispel this, it's an additional -2 to whatever it would normally be withstood by. My Gnosis, Arcana, whatever.
Let's see.
Interesting.
That is odd. Okay. Carry on.
Yeah, so I'll bump it back up to ridiculous amounts. Dice pool. Hold on, I can add Yantra. I can add at least 1 Yantra.
This willpower is an opportunity as well if you have.
Yes, willpower. I can add willpower. I will add willpower. Only 1 Yantra because it's instant. Okay. Dice pool of 6. Here we go. We'll just simple roll 6. Fingers crossed. Oh snap!
So lowers the speed by half, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Your spell goes off. Because I don't think he can counterspell when not looking at you.
He would have to be aware that I'm casting a spell on him.
Yeah.
And realistically, giant wolf chasing him is going to be kind of distracting on that front.
Okay. So then this version happens. So yes, it doesn't end immediately. They're still going pretty fast. But it's within sight down this street. You know, it's a long street.
Mm.
It's a planned city. You can see pretty far generally. The wolf does catch up, and the scene is destructive, to say the least. There's not much of a scene to see before, well, the rubble and dust pile up as the first bit of Father Wolf, well, diving into the street has already raised quite the dust cloud. A massive portion of this wolfen host follows, full sprint. But a good chunk of them stay behind. Very close to the 3 of you. A number of Urshel wolves. Not quite, they're not attacking you. They're not like trying to grapple you, but they're very clearly trying to surround and
Make sure we don't interfere.
Yeah, you're familiar with dog poses enough that this is I'm not attacking you, but you move any closer and I'm attacking you.
We're being herded.
Outside of Vitus, very clearly watching what's going on, he makes no outward other movements.
Pretty much same with Kalmir. He's watching with Mage sight to see if any spells go off.
Oh, a number of spells are going off.
Pew, 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 pew.
So, I know we're early, but I don't have a plan anymore. I have an idea, but I feel like this probably needs better planning to not, ruin the moment. So, we're early, but I am going to call it here. gives a bit of extra time for people to debrief, I suppose, before I'm going to bed, because so again, I'm gonna immediately apologize to Spencer here.